Okay, we are back for another more changing chords lesson, and this time we're going to talk about changing chords in C. It's probably one of the first few chords you will ever encounter because a lot of songs that you play, C is definitely in the ingredient. Okay, so let's go through all the chord progression, all the chords of C in the C progression. According to scale. So if let's say you have a C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay. The harmonized scale, which is the chords, will be of course C. The next chord will be D minor. Okay, play the regular D minor first, and then the E minor. And then the most dreaded one that people don't like is F. Okay. The bar chord this and G. Play the normal G first and the A minor. And then the B minor 7 flat 5. What's a B minor? Okay, this is a B minor. Okay, B minor 7. And the flatted fifth basically is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The flatted F sharp, which gives you the F. Okay, you get this sound. So this is called a B minor 7 flat 5. It's not really a diminished chord, although it has some diminished qualities in it. So B minor 7 flat 5, some people call it diminished. Because the diminished has a 1, flat 3, and flat 5. So, well, you can see it's almost there. And then back to C. So, again, all the chords C, D minor, E, F, G, A minor, B minor 7, flat 5, back to C. So, these are all the chords that you encounter when you play a song in C. At least most of the chords. And so, how do you maneuver around this chord? So what are the tips and tricks? What are the chords that you can play to get around easily when you change your finger? So C, let's take the first one, the easiest one. From C, it's very easy to change to A minor. Okay, just take away the root C, strum from the same place. Okay, A minor. Okay. I always like to not just play quarter note strumming. I can also try 16 beat kind of strumming. So I'll just sit there and I'll keep strumming this until the cow comes home, okay? Okay, so that is how I practice my C to A minor. This is very easy to change. Now, another easy chord to change from C, besides A minor, you can go D minor. And D minor, what you do is you take your middle finger and you just move it. Can you see? Just move it across, and then you just press 2 strings with your index. You strum. Can you see my right hand? Strum from the D string down. Okay. See where I'm striking the string? A minor, D minor. Okay. So let's try. One more time. And back to the 1. Okay. So again, the practice is very simple. The exercise is just strum on a quarter note down. Okay. So besides C to A minor to D minor, what is the easiest chord to press from D minor? Of course, it's F, because you already have the 2 already, the D minor. And this is, if you put your ring finger on the F bass, you get an F. Now the trick about playing this kind of F is that because it's not a full F, you have to strike where the bass is. Okay? If not, it will not sound nice like this. Okay? Or if not, it's to play a bar chord. You have to practice lah. So just how I practice a bar chord to change to a bar chord is very simple. 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here's what my friend taught me. Back when I was just starting to play guitar, he's a classical guitarist, and he told me that if you want to fret any chord right, you fret it as near to the fret as possible. The tonal quality of the sound will be better as opposed to so far back, you see? This is like buzzing already, so go as near as you can. And the next thing he said that when you strike, you're not just hitting it downward, you're kind of like scooping it up. As opposed to just, can you hear the difference? This is just going down, this is scooping it up. The strings tend to resonate a bit better. I'm not sure if the MacBook can capture that. Okay, now that applies if you're playing solo. Okay, but when you strum, it's okay just to drape it down. Okay, thought I just put that little information for you. So C to A minor is easy. A minor to D minor is easy. Go to G. Play the full G, remember? If you haven't watched the video on changing chords in G, you just do that. Okay? And then C. Okay? Now F, G with the full G, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to practice again, like I said, changing chords quickly. So C, okay, we start with C. So what I'm going to do this exercise is very simple. I will just start with the root chord, which is C, and I will change to all the possible combination. For example, from C to D minor, C to E minor, C to F, C to G, C to A minor, C to B minor 7 flat 5, and back to C. So just an interchange between the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. So song already. You play C, D minor, C, E minor, C, F, C, G, C, A minor, C, B minor 7 flat 5, back to C. So this is what I'll do at home, okay? This is for you to exercise, to sit down with guitar, let's play quarter notes, change the chords, play the quarter notes, go back to the 1. Doesn't matter how you press. You see, okay, this is also another interesting exercise. You can just see how many variations of E minor you can press. Without losing the quality of the chord. Okay? I mean, it's just fancy footwork or finger work, but the point is that you should be comfortable enough to change, your fingers. Because I remember there's one time I was playing basketball in school, and then I broke these 2 fingers. I broke one actually. I kind of sprained it. I didn't really break it. So I had a cast down here. Okay, so I only had these 3 fingers. So I remember I was in a group and I was playing C like this. without this finger, without the index. And then after this finger recovered, 2 weeks later, I hurt the middle finger. Okay, so I had these 3 fingers only. So I was playing again like this. Okay, I don't want to stretch it out because it looks very wrong. But that's the whole idea. You should be able to figure out how to work around your fingers. You know, what are the limitations, and then when you do find out what are the limitations, you know, practice with it. But the principle still applies, that you find the easiest way to get around it. The simplest way, of course, from C to A minor is like this, and the simplest way to play F is like this one, just 2 notes only. Okay, now this is where we're going to dive into this. Getting familiar with the chord, okay? What are the tips and what are the different chords that you can change? So C, instead of playing a regular A minor, you can play A minor 7. Instead of playing a full F, of course you can play a F that's like this without pressing. You can let go the last string. So you get F, A, and C, and then E. Then you get an F major 7 sound. You can see that? If your thumb can work and can wrap around here, I don't even need to bar chord this. I can play a F major 7, same, full with all the notes F, C, F, A, and C, but without the E. F, C, G. Okay, so let's learn this. This C, F, and G. See how the changes are. So this is C. Okay, and this is F with the thumb, F major 7. Okay, now what's going on here? This string is not pressed. This is on the C note, the index. This is on the A note. This ring finger is on the okay, correction. This little pinky is on the F note. This ring finger is on the C. Okay. Now technically you can do this. Okay. Sounds nice without the thumb. If you add the thumb, it's a fuller sound. Very subtle change. I bet you didn't even notice. See? Let go. This is a regular C. I kept the thumb there, but I'm muting it, so you can't hear any sound. But when I need it, I just press it down. Okay. So try it. Let's try it now. The common tone, remember the concept I was saying? This is the common tone. Makes a good intro. Okay, there's another way to kind of like work around this. If you can't use the thumb and everything, I understand. You can play a C. And then what you do is you use your pinky, little pinky, you press the F here. Okay? That's all. It's called C, it's called C sus. You hear that? It's almost like the same effect. So it's just a pinky only, I just press here. This is, it's like a pseudo F. It's not a real F, but it sounds like an F. Make the real F. Okay, F major 7 sounds really nice, as opposed to playing the regular chord. you see, sometimes if you kind of like work around it, you can get a nicer sound, you know, without killing yourself. So, but still, I have to emphasize, you need to learn. Everybody needs to learn. Okay. Now the next thing that we want to talk about is changing from C to E minor. Okay, we look at that already, and then to F. Okay, C. Now E minor is very easy. I can make that switch like a switch blade of a knife. Move this finger across and move this here. Okay. Okay, so C. See that? If I go to A minor, it's easy also. I can just move across. Just, you see, E minor, hop across. Okay, A minor to D minor, it's just like this. And then to G. Now G, there's many ways to play your G. You can just hit, you can actually don't press anything, you know, the root. You can just start striking from the G string here. G string, here. Right? And sometimes you see a inversion. Inversion basically means that you have the root 1, 3, 5. G, right, the chord 1, 3, 5. The first inversion means that you, instead of using the G as your root to play, you start playing from the B note. Okay. Okay, it still sounds like G, but except that you're starting on a B. Or you can use the second inversion, which is the D. See? This is still a G, but the first inversion. So how do you write that chord? You write G and you slash B. So that's where you get slash chords. Let me see if I can just show you how it looks like. I got some piece of paper lying around. Let's use this paper. So G slash B. So that's what it is. G slash B. You sometimes see this chord. Okay. It means that this is the bass. Okay. This is the bass. This is the chord. Sometimes you see F slash A. What is this? What does it mean? Okay, it means that you're playing the chord F, but with the A bass, which is something like this. You got the F, and then the A bass. F over A, G minor, C, F. Okay? So back to C again. So we have talked about changing chord in C. Very simple. C to A minor is just lifting away. And then to F, you can, instead of playing the bar chord F, you can use the F major 7. Basically, I keep using that word. When you play a full chord, what it does is that it allows you room for mistakes. What kind of mistakes? If you happen to strike anywhere else, it still sounds correct. But if you play like this, very tricky. So you get all the undesired tones coming from the E string and A string. So you want to do this, you just need to practice your accuracy in striking the strings. Okay, you can use chords like this. This is a F major 7. This is the F and the C only. And you start from the F note. You can slide it up to G. Makes a good intro. It's F major 7, G, F, and the A minor. Okay, back to the C. D minor. So the chord changing exercise is basically helping you to just identify where the chords that you can change. So I hope you picked up some things like F, you can play like this, G, you can play like this. A minor, here's an interesting one. You can, instead of playing A minor like this, you can play here. Okay, where is it? It's just like if you play it A2, but you bring it up to the 5th fret, striking up from the A. See? So let's play a simple progression using this. G, F major 7, C, G. This is a G that I just hold these 2 strings on it, the rest I don't press. And the A minor, the funny A minor, which is here. And the F major 7. Your left hand will be very grateful because you're not using any complicated bar chords or what, and it's almost like quite surreal. It's not very hard to press, okay, but you get a very drifty and open sound, okay. Now I keep using the word okay. Common tone. What I did was I added the D note here, see? My chord is like this, right? I add the pinky. I realize I shine a star for you. Something like that, lah. Okay, so I wish I can do an interactive and get some feedback questions, but I hope this has been helpful in terms of how I change. The principles and everything are still the same. It applies. When you first start, it's gonna be probably at the speed and change. Okay. 2, 3, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And what you're doing is you're incorporating all the rhythm that you have learned in the video that I did separately to tell that you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you change 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. A song is very easy when you write it. Even when you pluck, it's the same. Like 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See, I'm doing the 4 row right now, huh? Okay, so I hope this has been really helpful. And if you have any questions, anyone, just feel free to ask. If you're at home, just ask me at home. If you're not at home, just ask me via email, and that will help. That's my call. Someone's asking me a question. Bye-bye.